This time it's just me in the studio with Galatia Savva.
I am never one to hold my tongue. And sometimes that's a blessing and sometimes that's a curse.
It's true, but it's good. That's also what I like about you, that you are honest.
Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Yes. Do you believe that depending on the body type, you fit in the box of dancing?
No, girl, not at all. No,
you think
it's the soul.
You didn't have the support even from the partner? Oh, no.
He actually had the audacity to tell me that I look less attractive, but I'm lucky because I was so attractive beforehand that, at least you're still attractive enough.
The manipulation.
Because there's so many women, they're like, I did egg freezing. It was the best thing. You know, I didn't gain a single pound. I'm like, you're either very lucky or you're lying.
Yeah.
You meet yourself. And actually, the type of education that you will get from traveling, you'll never get in school. Trust me.
Check out Galatia's blog if you're going to travel. Because she has most probably been to the places you want to go to.
Yeah. And if I haven't been, then I'm definitely going.
Yeah, exactly.
I could never speak about my problems. I always felt like if I spoke them out loud, then I'm making them bigger than what they are. And just find someone that you can talk to, you know. Find someone that doesn't look like they're not putting you in this state of having to explain things or having to feel like you're being judged.
Honestly, I didn't know that you were so into Harry Potter. If I knew that earlier, I don't know, I never registered it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's something I should have known. I mean, it's a big part of my life, I feel.
Yes, I'm telling you. I still have the books.
I've known you for so long. We have not talked about Harry Potter.
We need a marathon. When I come to Mallorca, that's what we're doing. We're doing a Harry Potter marathon.
Yes. You know, I say that to Ramon and he does not want to do it like that often as I want. Like once a year is already a little bit too much for him.
No.
And he likes Harry Potter. So I want someone on my level.
Not too much at all.
Good.
The first one is magical.
Yeah, but I think all of them are magical.
All of them are magical, but like the first one.
Yeah.
You know?
When they're like kids, babies, and then you see the effect. It's just so nostalgic also.
It's the whole process of going into school that's like amazing in the movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, we're going to watch Harry Potter. By the way, another question. Do you read fan fictions?
Sometimes.
You do?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Of Harry Potter? Have you read Harry Potter fan fictions?
Well, there's a dozen online. Have you noticed how many there are?
Yes. I'm new to this. It's only been a year. I didn't know that world existed.
Yes. I actually recently joined also this channel on Instagram.
Okay, what?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's a channel.
Okay, what channel? Okay, and what?
It's you know, like that channel feature that you have now.
Oh,
in your,
yes.
Like a group.
The broadcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they send you like these years ago, I don't know, 5 years ago today, this happened. Or they send you like quotes from the movie, or they send you like, every day there's like a little update.
Okay, so
cute.
Wait, so do you want me to send you like recommendations of like fan fiction of Harry Potter if you have the time to read them?
Yeah, of course.
Because there's some amazing ones out there.
Really?
Yeah, they're so good that I think that's the real versions of Harry Potter.
Right. Okay. No. I've seen a lot of them on Facebook, and I ended up reading one, and then obviously once you read one, that's it. It keeps popping up new ones.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like there's some good ones that even J.K. Rowling should consider to like make it official. Okay, so since we have somehow already started with Harry Potter, here I have a different person apart from Maria in front of me. Yes. This time it's just me in the studio with Galatia Savva. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Ice Latte Girls podcast, Galatia.
So exciting to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to have you here. And for people who do not know you maybe, Galatia and I are friends, or I consider you my friend, Galatia. I hope you consider me.
Yeah, me too.
I hope you consider me too. But apart from that, you are also a travel blogger. You are also a dancer. Oh, you're a professional dancer in the past, and now you're a dance teacher. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. But these are all
correct so far.
Wait, there's more things because you're incredibly busy. Also, you do so many things. You also have a background in makeup. You're a makeup artist and an SFX makeup artist. You can do special effects.
Yes.
You have that in your package.
Yes.
You are also a content creator on Instagram for social media.
Yeah.
Girl, this is so much. Wait, we're not done yet.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You also I'm not sure if you're doing it still, but you were hosting your own travel show that was supported by the agrotourism of
Deputy Ministry of Tourism Cyprus.
Bravo, I can never pronounce it all.
Yeah, so the God. It used to be God, and then it became Deputy Ministry of Tourism.
Girl, that's huge.
I know.
No, that was such
a highlight.
Yeah, man, a definite highlight.
Yeah.
And you are, you're also doing the Visit Cyprus, content for YouTube for Cyprus.
Yes, it's Visit Cyprus, but it's like my own independent thing.
Oh, okay, I thought it was also a collaboration with them. But also, the girl, wow. Did I miss something?
Well, I'm also now the vice president of Lefkosia Youth Ballet.
Oh, yeah, that one also.
I was president for that for 2 years. I'm vice president now, and I've been a part of the executive board for
how long?
10 years.
Whoa,
now.
Girl.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter like whether you're president or vice president because we work very collectively as a team. But it's just just another
thing that you're doing.
Another thing, yeah. It's just a responsibility. You know?
And also before we go into those, you have also been living in the UK for how many years?
12.
12 years.
Yes.
And you also been living in Italy?
Yes, for 1 year.
For 1 year. By the way, do you speak Italian or you would?
I do speak Italian.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
I actually knew that. So I was more asking for the audience so that you know.
I do speak Italian, but I'm not great at writing it because I learned by ear, just by living there and, just communicating. So I can't really write it very well, but I'm trying now with Duolingo.
Yeah.
Duolingo.
I know, girl, I've talked about it in the podcast. That's also the reason why I know some phrases in Spanish.
See, there you go.
Like, I hope Duolingo sees our podcast and be like, oh, we're going to sponsor them.
Yes, please sponsor us.
Yeah, exactly. Galatia also. Thank you.
Thank you.
I also noticed I never said your blog name and Instagram is Tia Does Travel.
Yes.
She uploads very nice content. Also, if you're going to go travel somewhere, she has some epic stories on her blog, which I loved about. I really like the story with when you fell off the motorbike.
Oh, God. In Thailand.
Yeah. Can you please share that story?
Oh, God. Okay. So we were in Thailand and it was a weird day. Okay. Yeah. And it's one of those days, sometimes you wake up and then the whole day just like goes south. And then you should like take the hint and stay home.
And you did not take the hint?
I didn't take the hint. No, I didn't. And then we were on, those little motorbikes. And we were in search of like this like remote beach because I'm one of those. Okay. Yeah. I don't like the busy places. I like to search for my own.
You like the hidden gems.
I do. So there's me trying to uncover this hidden beach. And then we end up finding one. It was gorgeous. So we stayed there all day. I had on this very, very white bikini and then this brand new white slides. Yeah. And then we spent the whole day there. It was magical. I took so much nice content. It was such a good day. I was like, oh, what a good day. Then we get on the bike to head back to the hotel. Yeah. And then it starts like pissing it down with rain. Yeah. You know, that type of like Asia,
the monsoon rain that comes like a lot.
Exactly. Like proper tropical weather. And then it starts like pissing it down. And then within minutes, we're like drenched on this motorbike. Yeah. There's me, my white bikini and these little shorts and stuff. Like we could hardly see. And then at some point we just kind of like lost. Well, I think the bike kind of skidded because it was, very wet on the street. And then it lost control and it kind of like went off the street to the left. And I ended up somehow, and I still don't know how that even happened, but I ended up doing this like random backflip. And then I ended up.
That's the dancer in you, I think.
It is. And then I ended up straddling this tree branch. So there's me like sat on this tree branch. I like winded myself the way I landed and everything. And I was like off the road. So, and underneath all that was like Thai jungle. Yeah. There was nothing else apart from this tree branch that I somehow landed on and straddled it like a horse and just sat there in complete disbelief.
What a way to land.
Right. And then I was still trying to figure out, like, am I alive? Like, what's happened? Yeah. And then all I saw was these two arms. This poor man came from like across the street. They were trying to like pull me out. So my arms were like this. They were trying to pull me off this thing.
Oh my goodness, embarrassing.
And I lost the slide. So I had one shoe on because it was a slide, so it slid off.
The brand new shoes also.
Yeah, shoes were gone. My hair looked like I'd been in like a Midsummer Night's Dream thing. It had like twigs and leaves in it. And I had scratches everywhere. I hurt my neck so bad. Then the next day we were traveling to like BB Islands, which in Cyprus we called Fifi. They're not Fifi because they're spelled PHI. So obviously people think it's Fifi, but
Like
it's actually
Paphos, like how we say Paphos.
exactly. But it's BB Islands. And I had this 35 kilo luggage because I am disgusting with my luggage. I can never travel light.
Yeah.
It's you know what? I'll never learn, and I've accepted that about myself.
Why not? I understand.
I need
that.
my stuff.
Yeah.
I need my
But
stuff.
also, you're like a content creator. How can you pack so little? You want to have so multiple outfits,
true.
multiple bikinis for
That's
different
true.
occasions. I understand that.
I mean, if I'm there for 3 weeks, I'll probably take like 30 bikinis with me. No joke.
I believe it. I've seen your bikini drawer. I know how many
It's
bikinis
crazy.
you have. Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's like it really, like I think about it, like, oh, what bikini am I going to wear today? People will probably think I'm ridiculous, but I'm obsessed with bikinis. I have this like gigantic collection. So every day is like this thing, like what bikini am I going to wear today? And
But you are an island girl.
I'm an island girl and I'm on vacation, which I've worked very hard for. So I'm allowed to worry about what bikini I'm going to wear.
Of course, girl.
Because I look back at those photos now from Thailand and I'm like, wow, can't believe I was there. Look at this magical place. And then I look at myself in those exotic, gorgeous beaches. And then I'm like, that bikini looked fire. So there you go.
Exactly. And also, then you can also, like, you see the bikini photos and you'll be like, oh, that was a different day. And yeah, of course it was a different day because you wore a different bikini.
Exactly.
And then you remember easier.
Exactly.
Coming back to the story, did we, the story when you fell off?
Oh, yeah. I survived.
Okay,
obviously.
you said, conclusion of the story, you survived.
Yeah, the motorbike was just scratched. I mean, no harm done. Obviously, we had helmets on and everything, safety first.
Oh, that's a good, because that is not really a common thing, what I noticed.
Oh, what, in Thailand?
Yeah,
well, actually in Asia.
In Asia in general.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But no, we did have helmets on. And, we survived. I was fine. I was just very winded and I had a very bad neck.
Yeah.
And I had to like take this entire luggage with me.
Did you even wear this white thing then?
What, the neck brace?
Yeah.
No, because I didn't even go to hospital.
Okay.
No, it was like a muscle pull. I mean,
okay.
I could feel it.
I also want to say, sorry, because you mentioned Thailand.
Yeah.
And when I went to Thailand in 2019, I actually read your articles about Thailand to get the information.
I remember that.
And that was really helpful, man.
Yeah.
So like coming back again, check out Galatia's blog if you're going to travel. Because she has most probably been to the places you want to go to.
Yeah. And if I haven't been, then I'm definitely going.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I remember that actually when I sent you all these links and you were like, oh my God, this is so helpful. And it just made me so happy because it's exactly how this all started, at first I wanted to document my travels, right? Because, what is this life if it's not making memories, right? So I want to remember these things.
So that's what made you start your blog, actually.
Yes. Like I wanted to document everything. You know how I realized? Because I had this entire career in dance and I never documented a single thing.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, because back then...
It was not really a thing with the phones that you have it accessible.
We didn't even have Blackberries back then.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then, like the Blackberries kind of came out at some point when I was already like a professional dancer. But like I spent 3 years at the Bramba Ballet School and I think I probably have about 10 photos of the entire experience.
Yeah, that's so sad also.
So sad.
Yeah.
And then when I started traveling and then my first trip like outside of Europe was in Beijing in China.
Oh, I remember that. Crazy.
Such an epic trip. And it's just complete eye-opener. Kind of makes you realize that everything you thought you knew, you just have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a different universe
like
almost.
What you told me yesterday, because we met met yesterday.
Yeah.
And she mentioned about Beijing. She said she did a reference. I was like, what? She said, or you said basically, that Beijing is a version, like imagine how Avatar would be if it was a city.
Yeah.
That is insane. I was like,
it's
what?
the concrete version of Avatar, in my opinion.
That is insane, girl. Yeah. That specific sentence you said caught me and Ramon. We were like, okay, we need to go.
Sparked your interest.
100%. I was not really that interested.
But you know why? Because most people from Cyprus, they'll go to Beijing for business.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a single conversation with anyone, or at least before me, that went to Beijing for holidays.
Crazy.
To explore Beijing. And do you know how rich in history it is? It's insane. The architecture, insane.
Yeah, that is what intrigues me the most, the architecture over there.
Yes. And they've got this like really unusual activities that you can do.
Like what?
Like you can go to like the Temple of Heaven, which is like one of the most well-known temples in the whole of Beijing. It's like thousands of years old, this temple. And there's specific days at sunrise, and you can have Tai Chi lessons in the Temple of Heaven.
No way.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. You can go to a traditional Chinese family house and learn and make dumplings with them have dinner with them.
Those kind of experiences is what gets me going.
Exactly.
Like it turns me on, like
I'm not interested in a museum, and I'm sure, and that's not to say, people who love museums, great for you.
Okay, yeah.
Not my thing. I want the locals. I want the people. That's where for me, that's like the salt and pepper of travel.
Get into the local aspect of it. Like, what do they do? Like,
have conversations with them.
You have the curiosity, and that's why it suits you so well.
Yeah.
And what else can you do there?
Oh, let me think. So, there's this, like in the hutongs, it's like this little tiny traditional Chinese houses with like you have to duck to get under. I mean, definitely you're tall. I'm short, so it's possible that I can
I need to crawl inside maybe? And you
probably, yeah. I'm on for sure. And then you can, like tucked inside these like little alleyways, there's like this old grandpa that you can have, you did pottery.
Yeah.
He teaches you how to make traditional Chinese pottery.
Oh,
you can have lessons.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's a dream.
Yes. And okay, I'm going to tell you the craziest one.
Whoa.
So in China, I think the name in English is grasshoppers. Like insects.
Yeah, the green one that jumps, like the one who is with Mulan, for example.
So they have, how we have like horse races in Cyprus?
Yeah.
They have races
with grasshoppers.
With grasshoppers.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And they bet a lot of money on these grasshoppers, right? And there's this man in China that raises them. And apparently he raises this like champion grasshoppers. I'm telling you, it's insane.
How do you even raise that?
I don't even know.
So niche. Yeah.
I don't even know, but you can arrange to go to his house where he's raising them, and he can let you in on everything he does, how he preps them for these races, and how insane. Whoa. I mean, where else are you going to find that? Only in China, I swear to God.
They have, like, I feel like China is like, for me, it's like mystery and everything.
Yes.
Like you can, like, what is there anything there that you really want to do that you have not done yet? Or like you obviously, because I know that you want to go back there.
I do want to go back there.
Yeah. So is there something like, what is it that you want to go back there for?
I think I want to go back and go outside of Beijing now.
Okay.
Like I'd like to go a bit more like off the beaten path even more, and just explore more of the countryside, which I know is completely immensely different to the cities.
When you say countryside, you mean like this crazy like villages that has there where they're like built next to the mountain.
Yeah,
and it looks
I want to go remote.
I've seen some crazy videos, man. On social media.
I know.
Like, how can they even be real?
And another thing that I'd like to do that I didn't get to do last time is, when you go to like the Great Wall of China, obviously you have to go to the Great Wall of China.
Have you been there?
Of course, it's in Beijing.
Okay.
And I mean, you walk and it's kilometers and kilometers long. It's massive. I mean, we walked like the entire day. But actually you can camp there. I mean, you have to go with there's specific companies that do that. You can't go rogue on your own and just camp, but basically it's like this hiking trip, and you actually camp in this specific area that you're allowed to camp at the Great Wall of China.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a camper myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I like a pillow and
you like a soft bed, your shower.
Yes.
I feel you. Same.
I would probably be miserable. However, I do think that it's one of those memories that I'm going to collect and I'm going to keep forever.
Yeah, so, once every while. And especially, I mean, come on, it's the Great Wall of China.
It's the Great Wall of China.
I mean, it's not like you're going to go to Psathas and do camping.
You slept there. Yeah. I mean, you camped there and you woke up at 6 a.m., the Great Wall of China, and you saw the sunrise. I mean, come on.
I feel also like I don't know, maybe it's me, my mythical ways of thinking. I also feel like the Great Wall of China has like some magic to it.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
some like this like ancient things. Like, is this just mystery?
Yeah.
How the heck did they do it, you know?
Right?
So you're sleeping there, you will absorb all the
energy.
Yeah, the good ones. I hope.
Yeah. But you get that energy, I find, in Asia. I think this is one of the reasons why I love Asia so much, because I don't know, like there's something about like the temples. I've always been fascinated with other religions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have no issue with my religion, but it's not like anyone asked me if I wanted to be baptized Christian.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I was 1 year old. I couldn't even speak at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe growing up I would have some other opinion or not about my religion. I'm really not sure. I haven't sat to think about it much, but I do like to read about other religions because I think they're fascinating.
Yeah.
And also I think it all comes down to believing in this greater power, you know, and all religions have that as a base.
Yes.
You know, for some it's Buddha, and then for some it's like Hindu, and for some is, you know, whatever. But the base remains the same.
So going to those temples.
I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know, there's something about, it's almost like you enter this like state of meditation.
Yeah, the calmness, the serenity.
The calmness and serenity is insane.
You know that I went to Thailand and I did not go to a temple.
Really?
And I highly regret it. I've not been to a
Why?
temple yet, like a temple, like you know, in the.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I really. So what you're saying now for me is like a dream. It feels like so surrealistic that things like that even exist because I did not see it in person.
Yeah. In, is it Samui Island? I think it is. We saw this temple and they have this monk there that looks like he died yesterday. I swear to God.
Okay, so he looks like a corpse.
He is a corpse, but it looks like.
Oh wait, he's dead. You're talking about that or is he?
No, he's actually dead.
Oh, okay. I thought
but
you
he looks like he died yesterday, but he died like thousands of years.
Oh, creepy! Like
and they've got him
mummy.
sitting in this like giant glass thing in the middle of this temple. Yeah, it's really crazy. It was really interesting. Obviously, they think that it's because he was so holy. It's like a miracle that he didn't turn into a skeleton, that he still has skin.
What? But they must have used something. Like, how can you even preserve
Obviously, the scientists, I'm not a scientist, but I'm sure they'll tell us that some embalming, something happened to, you know, to preserve him, I guess. But again, very interesting.
And very creepy also at the same time. That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And like you enter this temple and everyone is so serene and they really believe in that, you know? Wow. So you can't help but, you know, absorb that type of energy. And I wonder if they absorb that energy when they enter our churches, you know, when they visit Cyprus, for example.
True.
You know, and they visit a church. I wonder if they receive that or not. I've always been, because to us it's different because we also understand the language, like, you know, but they just receive this energy, don't they? Yeah. They don't know our customs.
Yeah, but I can imagine because, for example, when I go to other churches abroad also, like I'm also not crazy faithful, but I do believe in something higher power. Right. But when I enter churches, you do feel like, especially when you hear like the background music, the softness, it has something with it.
Yeah,
so
I remember in Jordan, we found this Greek church. Yeah. But actually, no, that's a lie. It wasn't a Greek church. It was a Christian Orthodox church. And they were singing, but it wasn't in Greek. I'm not even sure what language it was.
Okay, so they were, and?
It was magical.
Wow.
I had no idea what they were talking about. I didn't understand anything, but I felt, I don't know, I felt this energy. Yeah, at peace. Yeah. It's almost like meditation, which I suck at, by the way.
Oh, you don't meditate. I can imagine you being a meditator, but also I know you have a bit busy mind.
I try to meditate because of my busy mind.
That's a good way of doing it.
But I fail every day. I find it very difficult.
But do you feel like every time you meditate, it gets a little bit easier?
No.
No, it's the same?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's taken me a long time to accept that I'm failing at meditation. But
I think even if when you do that minute or I don't know how long you do it for, it's already something. Like
usually it just makes me sleepy.
Okay, that's already something.
I guess. I find that deep breathing helps me more than meditating because with deep breathing, I have this specific goal. Like everyone should try this, by the way. Inhale for 4 counts.
Okay.
Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. Hold the exhale for 4 counts, and then repeat.
So wait, let's try to make one round.
Okay.
How do you do it then?
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're gonna breathe in for 4 counts.
yeah, hold it for 4. Exhale for 4, and then hold for 4.
Then just a question: how do you count? In what the rhythm?
Follow me.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Wait. Okay.
See, she's panicking. Right. Ready? And. There you go. That's one.
Man. Whoa, man.
So imagine if you're in this state of panic.
Whoa, I feel like I got like drunk.
Did you get lightheaded?
Yeah, like I got drunk. Wow, but it was a nice feeling. Yeah,
I love doing that.
Yeah. So this is what you do when you in times of stress.
Yes. And sometimes I'll do those every single day. And it's probably a good thing.
I think so too.
I have an anxious personality. I've suffered with anxiety.
Yeah, I know that.
For a long time, and it's really helped me kind of like recenter.
What else, like speaking, since you mentioned it, apart from the breathing, is there anything else that you've done that helped you when you have your anxiety?
Right. Well, yeah, lots of things actually. So therapy. I see someone twice a month, so every 2 weeks.
Bravo.
And, we talk about everything that's on my mind. And it's actually a huge breakthrough for me, because I could never speak about my problems. I always felt like if I spoke them out loud, then I'm making them bigger than what they are.
Okay.
And this was actually Marinos's problem with me, because as you know, we've been friends for 23 years.
Yeah, what I also just realized, sorry, this is a serious topic that we're talking about, anxiety, that we never also talked about how you and I met. But but let's remember that we're going to do that in a bit. So continue with the...
So yeah, Marinos was always telling me that you never talk about, because he's the opposite. He will call me and he will talk about whatever's on his mind, and he will ask me outright for my help and my opinion. And I never do that.
Yeah.
So he'll randomly call me and he'll be like, right, so you've been quiet. So knowing you, there's something on your mind. What is it?
Yeah.
But that's because he knows me so well now. That's another one of the reasons why I value, the friends that I've had for a lifetime, because they know me now. So yeah, therapy twice a month, highly recommend. And just find someone that you can talk to, find someone that doesn't look like they're not putting you in this state of having to explain things or having to feel like you're being judged. Just find someone that's easy to talk to.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Having a listening ear. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. And so that's one. I take like melatonin to sleep at night. Helps me sleep better. Magnesium oil.
Oh, yes. I've seen about that.
I spray that on my feet.
Crazy.
Yeah. Holland Barrett.
Good.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy as pie.
I need to get that one right away.
Right away.
Because the underneath the feet, it also absorbs.
Yes.
It's like like in Chinese medicine, right? It's like all the points of the feet.
Yeah. All
nerves.
the points. Yeah, exactly. It's like trigger points.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Like reflexology. If you read about it,
Exactly.
There's so much that connects, our nervous system to our feet. So magnesium oil on my feet every night for sure. So those are, and this deep breathing thing. For sure. Sometimes I'm on the traffic lights and I'm like inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah, because it's triggering to be in traffic.
I know.
Here in Cyprus.
And then the people next to me probably think I'm crazy, but you know what? It helps. So
yeah, you have to do what you gotta do, girl.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So, and then another thing that's helped me, I have this impulsive personality, right? So I'm the type of person that what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I am never one to hold my tongue. And sometimes that's a blessing and sometimes that's a curse.
It's true, but it's good. That's also what I like about you, that you are honest.
Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Yes.
You never have
like
to
that.
wonder with me, I wonder if she's being honest. No, she's always honest.
Yeah.
Okay, and sometimes she's too honest.
Yeah, but girl, I mean, if the right people understand it, they will also value it.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that at the end of the day, you get left with the people who value you. The people who don't value you, at some point, they're going to let themselves out the door and you'll be left with whoever actually truly loves you and sees value in having you as a friend.
Yeah.
So,
because yesterday also when we met, I'm going to mention it again, we were like, okay, what are we going to talk about in the podcast? Like, what is that you want to say? And because there's a lot of topics that you can talk about because you have a lifetime of so many different things you've been through in your life that people might not even see, but that's also something that we cannot fit in one episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So like we have to like spread it out. So that's why also we narrow it down to, for example, travel, all the things that like people see you for. But for people who like, I wish that you can talk about it even more on your social media platforms, because I really believe that a lot of people will relate.
I think I should.
Anxiety, also with another topic that we're going to go into. Like the more people talk about it, the more I think things can change. I really believe in that. And I think we have the power
you
to
normalize them as well. You normalize this kind of issues, because sometimes people who are like, you know, a little bit more open, let's just say on social media, or, you know, because of their work or whatever. And people have this like false idea of perfection, or that, you know, oh, everything is great, you know, and because no one talks about their problems. And it's like, well, I mean, there's a thing, no one's life is perfect.
No.
And everyone is struggling in ways that most of us will never know. So at the end of the day, sometimes, you know, just being honest about whatever it is that you're struggling with, and, you know, that you would like to learn how to cope better with. I mean, you'd be surprised with how many people you can reach and how many people, you know, you can actually help in that way. And I mean, I help people travel better, and I'm proud of that. You know, I write travel guides and people can literally print that, go to a destination.
Yeah, you're already doing a lot.
You know, and they can have the holiday of their lives. You know, they can make memories that will last a lifetime. I mean, what a blessing to be able to write about that. You know, that's great. And also I teach dance, which is something that I'm so passionate about. It's been, you know, my entire life's work has been about the arts.
Sorry, but how old were you when you started dancing?
I was 3.
Crazy, man. And was it then you started dancing ballet?
I started ballet at 3.
And then you just continued with it.
I continued. And then at 16, I left Cyprus on a scholarship. I didn't even get to finish school. You know, I was like stuck in this, like, you know, like boarding school, you know, ballet school, 12 hours a day in the studio. And people think, oh, she must have had it tough. Oh my God, it was the best 3 years of my life.
Oh, okay. The boarding school of...
Absolute best years of my life.
It sounds definitely like Harry Potter, but dancing edition. Sorry, continue.
There was a Harry Potter, but like a dance version. I mean, I'm already obsessed with Harry Potter, but imagine a dance version like a Hogwarts, but for dancers. Oh
my goodness.
Sign me up.
Same.
I'd want to go back and be a student.
I would work my ass off to get in. To become a dancer so I could get in.
Well, I have tried to teach you before, haven't I?
Wait a minute! You cannot judge the
I'm not judging.
The 1 hour of a TikTok dance that we were doing.
Oh my God! Do you know, if it's one thing that, you know, the quarantine did. Yes.
And under pressure while others were watching in the room with us.
That is true.
I don't work well under pressure when it's people watching.
But do you know what? I actually think you did quite well at the end of it.
Oh, at the end of it. But that's good.
Yes.
Thank you, girls.
Yes,
do you think I have potential of becoming a somehow a little bit better dancer?
Absolutely. Well, you have nice long limbs and you do have rhythm. So that's 2 things.
Do you know, sorry, but this is actually a question that I'm really, like, I want to know about myself.
Yeah, go on.
What kind of dance do you think will be suitable for me?
Oh, right. Okay. So it depends what sort of side of yourself you want to tap into. Because, you know, women. Yeah, but also like the way,
like, do you believe that depending on the body type, you fit in the box of dancing?
No, girl, not at all. No,
you think
it's the soul.
Okay, yeah, okay, good.
So if you want to tap into like your female side, try bachata, for example.
Okay, wow.
And it's something that you could even do with a partner.
Yeah.
And it's actually a really nice couples activity, for example.
You know that me and Ramon, we did it when we first met. I was already dancing bachata in La Cha, and then Ramon joined along and we did something together. There you go. But then it closed down because second wave and whatever. But I never continue it. And then what else? Like, I feel I could be a ballerina.
Okay, listen, ballet is very unforgiving in the sense that for 99% of people who start late, they'll never manage because the body needs to be like moldable, and it is when it's young. That's why, you know, we start them off as babies, you know, and we teach them every single thing, because a lot of what ballet does kind of goes against what your body naturally wants to do. So when you teach it young, when it's still pliable, it's very possible that you'll end up, you know, a child will be talented, and then you can grow that child into a very talented, beautiful dancer. But usually when they're already developed, it's difficult because everything is very visual with ballet. So if the line is incorrect, even if it's like the tiny, foot is incorrect, it's just incorrect.
But is it no form of like ballet that is like a mix of something else that can be forgiving?
Absolutely. Well, there can be like contemporary ballet, for example.
Okay, that one, for example.
Yeah. Like in London, I remember at Pineapple, there used to be this like contemporary ballet class, and it just used to be so full of such funky people, and it was really cool. Like the vibe was really cool. And sometimes I would take that class because I'd be so fed up with the whole like, ballet world. I just wanted to like get out of that. And it was such a fun class to take. So yeah, contemporary ballet might be nice for you.
And what is your favorite dance style?
My favorite dance is neoclassical.
And what is that for someone like me who does not cannot
Neoclassical is like contemporary dance on point. So with the point shoes that you wear in ballet.
Oh.
So it's this very intricate, beautiful marriage of ballet and contemporary together.
Oh,
and you need to be excellent in both genres to make it work. So you need to be excellent in ballet and contemporary.
Well, okay, sounds very advanced.
Well, I was lucky to be able to dance that professionally in my career. So I have the experience and it's just beautiful. There's something about that combination, because I find that you can express yourself far more in contemporary than you can with ballet sometimes. And then the movement is bigger because it's more contemporary movement. Wow. But all the bases and the lines and all of that is ballet based. And that suits my soul because I'm a ballet girl through and through. So to me, that's my favorite.
Wow. Okay. You need to show me some videos because I want to have like an image of exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, again, I have very little videos of my career, but there are some that remain.
Nadia.
I know.
That's so sad.
I know.
But from now on,
Yes.
Sometimes when you post from your from your lessons, like when you teach the youngsters, and I see you sometimes. Also, I see you in action when you're teaching. Those are my favorite videos. And I just wish you could post that more for my own sake, because I want to see how you dance. Yeah. Like, it's like a mystery still for me. How you
dance. We've been friends for so many years.
And coming back to the next thing then. Do you remember how we met?
I do.
You do? Because
I do.
I don't.
I do.
How?
It was a summer. Yeah. You were a teenager.
Whoa.
It was before you moved to Cyprus.
Crazy.
You were in Cyprus for holidays.
Okay, wow.
From Sweden.
Yeah.
I think you must have been like 16.
Okay.
How old were you when you moved here?
Almost 18.
So definitely before. You must have been about 16. You were here for holidays. And obviously me and Marinos were hanging out, as we always do.
Marinos, my uncle, if somebody that's not connected yet.
Yes. And you were there.
Like where? Where?
We're at Marinos' house.
So we met
at your house.
We met in Marinos' part of the house.
Yes.
Whoa, girl, because my image is that you just suddenly appeared and
out of nowhere.
Yeah, but no, I don't even remember how you appeared. It was like magic. Like suddenly I knew you.
Right. Yeah. So, no, I remember that day because there were quite a few of us there. And you were there and you were all quiet, just, minding your own business. And I remember thinking, what a beautiful girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I remember I thought that you looked older than what you were.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that. I don't remember much else about the day, but I do remember that day that I met you.
What was your first impression apart from that? When we started, do you remember us talking also?
Well, I remember us starting to talk more when you actually moved to Cyprus. Yeah. I don't remember those first years when you were still a teenager and you'd come to Cyprus like once or twice a year. I don't remember those. But when we first started talking, I mean, we have a lot of similarities as characters, Yeah,
we do.
So I just always remember that it was always like a very easy conversation.
I also remember it was also the party era of us.
Yes.
Like we were going out. Do you remember the XS night and day club?
Oh my God, on Sundays.
Yeah, like the day parties. I remember us being there also. I remember us in the evenings also.
Yeah.
It was definitely the party era.
Yeah. Do you remember Zoo? We used to go to Zoo.
I was also working there when I was 8. But we were also going there before, a lot.
Yeah, we had some party days.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's what. Okay, you at least remember, because I don't. You just magically appeared into my life. And do you remember when we started hanging out a little bit more?
I don't remember exactly when it was, but I remember the era. Do you remember we went to a hotel together? Do you remember we stayed together for 3 days?
The one in Limassol?
In Paphos.
In Paphos, yeah. That was 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that because we stayed together for 3 days and, you know, and then in Limassol we stayed together as well.
When we went out partying.
And we filmed this makeup tutorial.
Yeah, for my YouTube channel. Like, it was like a get ready with me. We were talking the same time as we were filming ourselves.
Yeah.
I think I still have it on my YouTube channel, but I have it like private.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit awkward to watch back, you know.
I know, yeah, I bet.
It's a fun thing to have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's many years back.
I know, many years.
And you know Marinos for 23 years. It's also crazy. So
we were teenagers.
That's insane.
I know.
So Galatia, there's another topic that I really want you to dive into.
Yes.
And that's because you had it, and I think a lot of women will relate to it and maybe at least open up their eyes to it.
Yeah.
You were in the process of having egg freezing.
Yes.
Can you care to share, a little bit of a backstory? You decided to do egg freezing. You can continue from now.
Okay. So basically it was my gynecologist idea. He said, you know, what are you thinking about kids? You know, if you're thinking about having kids, then maybe this year you need to think about egg freezing. And at the time I'd just gotten into a relationship. That was, you know, very, very much in love. But obviously we were nowhere near ready to start talking about that.
No, it's very early on also. Like what kind of pressure to put on a relationship?
Yeah, like we've been together for 4 months.
Yeah, like.
Exactly.
Do you want to have kids, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. Where do you stand on having children?
Yeah.
Especially when I don't even know where I stand on having children half the times. So I said, okay, well, are there any tests that I can do to check my fertility to see whether or not I should put a rush on that or not? And he says, well, actually, yes. So I had this test and apparently they checked my fertility and the results were not ideal.
Yeah.
So that kind of like pressurized me a lot. Like, I think I just panicked.
Yeah, of course. How would you else react to that?
I just went, oh my God, I need to do it right now. And I went into it head first.
How long after you got the decision? Like the
2 months
results?
after.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And I remember it was September where I had my test. And then in end of November, I had the extraction. I'd already done the procedure.
Crazy.
So it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you did the procedure.
Yes.
It was like, how long was the procedure of the before?
About 2 weeks. Basically, the doctor decides on the protocol that you're going to follow. And sometimes that's covered by ESC and sometimes it's not. Mine wasn't, of course. So it cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then after that, you have to inject yourself. So it's the same thing with IVF. It's like you're doing IVF, basically.
Yeah.
So you inject yourself in your belly every day at specific times with, you know, whatever the doctor recommends that you need to be doing. And then every single day, you need to go and have your blood drawn and they check your hormones and they check what's happening. And basically the goal is that you produce eggs that they can then extract and put in the freezer for you. So that's the goal. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But when you get into it, you realize that there's so many different elements to it. And no one really warns you about that from beforehand.
And that's where the crazy part of the story comes in.
Yes.
Is that once you had done the egg freezing, because you were also vocal about this on your Instagram.
Yeah, I was.
Like, what was the experience? What was it that for you was the shocking part after once you had done the egg freezing part?
For starters, no one really told me about all the different factors that need to go well for it to be considered a successful egg freezing retrieval process, I should say. So there's like, okay, so on day 13, this hormone needs to be at this level. Otherwise, it means that these eggs that we can see, they're just like empty eggs.
Okay.
I mean, have you any idea how stressed you are when they're calling you? You're at work, I'm teaching, you know, I've got kids in front of you. You're calling me to tell me that, oh, it seems like, I mean, we're already on day 12 of you injecting yourself. You know, you're like this big, you're a complete hormonal mess. You're like crying and 20 times a day because you're all over the place with your hormones. And then they call you up and they're like, oh, it looks like this hormone is not doing well. So we need to recheck it after the weekend. And if it's still not up, then we'll call the procedure fail. and then we won't do the retrieval. I'm like, I've just injected myself with like 1,000 euros worth of medication.
Crazy, man. Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tell me that there's a risk of that happening. Like, no one tells you anything. No one told me anything.
That is, I feel like that's very strange, you know, that you're going to go through this whole procedure and spending all this money also on top of that.
Yeah.
Without getting the guidance. After, like, did you have any guidance afterwards to like call the doctor, say like, this is how I'm feeling, this is what you're
I think the aftercare for me was the worst part.
Okay, whoa. Okay, how so?
But well, for starters, I gained 10 kilos in hormonal weight in a month and a half.
What? That cannot be possibly good for the body.
10 kilos. It's been a year and a half and I managed to lose half of that.
Whoa.
And I have deprived myself of so much happiness that I get from food. Yeah. And I have exercised myself to the bone, to the point where it got to be this unhealthy obsession.
Oh, no.
And I had to stop myself. I had to stop myself from like excessive exercising, because I'm like, okay, your body's not losing the weight because it's clearly just like way too stressed.
Yeah.
You know, like I was exercising like 6 times a week, doing cardio like 5 times a week. I went carb free for 4 months, no carbs.
That is insane. Also our brain.
Calorie deficit, everything. And I mean, to this day, you tell people and they're like, oh, no, there's nothing that diet doesn't fix. I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
Hormonal weight is not fat. It's hormonal weight.
Yeah, you're so imbalanced by all these things that you put in, that you had to put inside, man.
And I think all in all, what upset me was that it really ruined the relationship that I have with my body and the relationship that I fought to have with food. Because as a ex-professional ballerina, I went through many stages of my life where I didn't have
toxic also environment.
I didn't have the most like healthy relationship with food. You know, I always kind of saw food as a guilty pleasure or like sometimes as the enemy and sometimes as my friend, you know. So I had this like emotional attachment with food ever since I was little. So, and I really in my mid-20s, I started to really work on having this healthy relationship with food. And actually having you as a friend, I have to say that you've kind of inspired me to, you know, love myself and my body and fully embrace and accept, you know, how I look, even on days when I'm bloated, even on days when, you know, I have abs, and even on days when I have spots on my face that, you know, like to really just be.
That's nice to hear.
That's I don't know. Have I never told you that?
No, I get emotional.
don't cry.
Okay, I'm not.
It's important to kind of like appreciate yourself even on your bad days, even when you don't look your absolute best, you know? But then this thing comes along and then you gain 10 kilos in like a month and a half. Yeah. You don't fit in your own clothes. Your own relationship is being completely unsupportive, not making you feel like you're even attractive anymore.
So you didn't have the support even from the partner? Oh, no.
No, not at all. He actually had the audacity to tell me that I look less attractive, but I'm lucky because I was so attractive beforehand that, oh, well, at least you're still attractive enough.
The manipulation. Whoa. Okay, we can have another episode just talking about dating experience.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, you have your fair share of assholes.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly of dating in Cyprus.
My goodness.
Yes.
So, okay. So do you feel like if you had been informed about that there's potential of like weight gain, like be ready, would you take it maybe differently? Like, would you then be prepared differently?
I wouldn't have it.
Then you wouldn't even have done the experiencing.
And don't come at me, everyone. You know, there's women out there who would do anything to have kids, and I take my hat off to you. I respect you. Yeah. I mean, we
admire that also.
I admire that, and admire your strength and resilience, because if I decide that I want to use these eggs, I have 6, by the way, in a fridge.
Oh, okay. So it was successful.
It was successful, yeah. And I mean, if I decide to make use of them, that means I have to go through the entire process again and have IVF. Ooh. So I'm so traumatized by this that I don't think I could ever go through that again.
Crazy, man.
I have this like huge, like I'm blocking the whole thing. I'm like, absolutely not. And when I was honest about that on my social media.
Yeah, how did people respond?
I was shocked.
Really?
I actually cried with some of the messages that I received from women who are like, Lord Jesus, someone finally came out and said it exactly as it is.
Yeah.
Because there's so many women, they're like, oh, I did egg freezing. It was the best thing. You know, I didn't gain a single pound. I'm like, you're either very lucky or you're lying.
Yeah.
Who's paying you? Like, I don't understand. Am I that unlucky? Because my experience is vastly different than everyone else's. And I'm like, how is that even possible? I mean, it is possible that I'm just very unlucky.
Yeah, but also now that you got the comments, you know that
but
you're
so
not
many
alone.
women are like, oh my God, you know, I gained X amount of weight in hormones and my doctor, you know, makes me think that I'm just being like this, you know,
like
lazy person.
Yeah, or like over dramatic with your feelings.
Even some of my friends told me I was over dramatic.
No.
Yeah. Oh, stop being a drama queen. It's not that bad. So yeah, I mean, exactly. So imagine you're going through all this thing. You don't even recognize your own body anymore. You can't fit into your clothes. I mean, and bear in mind that your whole life is in a dance studio in front of mirrors, you know, and your body is your work. You know, I'm not even talking about, you know, social media and photo shoots and stuff. I'm not even talking about that. But, you know, my job as a dance teacher is to use my body. My body is my instrument. My body is my work.
And also gaining like 10 kilos in 1 month by hormonal injections also on top of that. I mean, how you were feeling.
I look like a ball.
Yeah, but also how you were feeling inside. I can imagine. Yeah, man. My goodness.
So
girl.
yeah, girls, you know, if you want to do it,
make sure to
please do it, but please just make sure that you're informed and really actually, and also research whatever protocol your doctor decides that you're going to follow. Research that.
Always have second and third and fourth opinions. That's a lesson learned from this one.
Yes.
Like I don't want to make an egg freezing also like because if I'm the one like the one example of from you, then I prefer not to.
I know, and then I feel really bad because I'm sure I've discouraged some people from doing it.
It's also like if someone really wants to and it's only solution, of course. I mean, they will more prepared. They also have the support of the partner. Like maybe it will be a different experience. Even
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. And if it's, you know, if a couple really wants to start a family and that's the way forward for them, then absolutely, you know, go right ahead. But for me, it just wasn't right for me.
No, I understand. To end on a little bit like, I don't know, lighter note, or like, I don't know if that's the correct term to use it. I'm going to do like a little bit like of questions.
Okay. Oh God.
I like to end episodes in like questions, but this is going to be more like a question like you answer, I answer. Or maybe we could even do that. You answer for me and I answer for you.
Oh, damn.
Which one of these two do you prefer?
I don't know. You can choose.
I would do the same as I did with Marinos. That I answer that what I guess is for you, and you answer what you guess for me.
So I'll answer as Olivia?
No, yeah, you answer like what you think. Let's say, for example, if I ask you what your favorite color is, I will need to guess your favorite color.
Okay, got it.
Like, get to know each other kind of questions. Okay. These are not, by the way, your typical questions. It's not going to be like your favorite. It's like, I'm going to start very, very easy. Okay. So like, what's our favorite book or series?
Oh yeah, okay, that's easy.
I mean, people, the beginning of the episode, we can Harry Potter for you.
Harry Potter for you too.
Yes, girl. We're vibing on that. Okay, so this, what accomplishment are you most proud of? Or am I most proud of? And I'm going to guess for you, you're going to guess for me. And that's a very tough one because then we have to really be like, have we paid attention to what we've been doing? And there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, it's just like the way we see each other. Like,
I think I know for you.
Yeah, I think like your accomplishment, I think it could be, honestly, your travel blog or even the series you did on YouTube, Agritourist.
I'm mega proud of that.
Yeah, that was a really big highlight.
So much work. But
yeah, man.
Very close to my heart.
You had your own team there.
I know.
Do you miss it?
I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
I want to do it again. I need to, get the right sponsors and start again. So yeah,
I hope you get that.
Thank you.
It was really, really, but like you went to so many places in Cyprus that I didn't even know existed.
I didn't even know they existed before.
Or all the activities that you could do that. I also didn't
Amazing.
Know it's beautiful.
I fell in love with my island all over again. Yeah. Okay. So for you, I think your biggest accomplishment is embracing your true self, your body positivity, and inspiring others to do the same.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. I'm like, it's nice. Is that me? Yeah. No, I think that's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's crazy, surreal to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, if we went viral, what would you want to be get viral for? Viral when I mean then on social media.
On social media?
So in your case, for example, I think you will be viral. I mean, I think it's pretty easy, like travel content, obviously.
Yes.
I think you want all your videos will be viral.
Yes.
100%
Yes.
to attract new viewers to your blog, readers, news to your
Social
Instagram.
media to me is a way of getting people to my website.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I use social media because I have to. I'm a businesswoman. I have my own brand, and my own brand needs social media.
And it's a good way to promote.
Yeah. And I'm the face of the brand. It's Tia Does Travel. I'm Tia. So
you do everything behind it. You do the video, the
1 month show.
The script. I mean, it's a lot of work behind it. Oh yeah, for me, what would I want? Like, I don't even know the question to myself. So why am I asking it? I'm curious to see what you think.
Viral? I think something that kind of maybe pushes people in the direction of exploring like veganism and things and like healthier eating.
Yeah.
And like making the connection from, you know, health, you know, food and health and stuff. Because I know you've been exploring it a lot yourself lately. So I think you might really appreciate.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I didn't think of it. And that's actually the only thing I was actually thinking of. Did you know, by the way, that I'm studying to become a vegan nutritionist?
I did.
You didn't know that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it.
Yeah, okay. The people on the podcast does not know because I have not mentioned it.
Yeah.
So that's also crazy. So that's a good take. But what Galatia, you know me very well. Okay. So what would our perfect getaway look like?
Oh, you and me?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
My own.
Yeah, what I think yours is, and then of course you can say yours. Yes. I think your perfect getaway would be, getaway means like in Cyprus, I assume.
Oh, that's it.
Shall we make it a little bit more exotic?
Yes, please.
Getaway. Could it be like, how long are we going to say it for? Because then I can also like visualize it. Shall we say that getaway could be like a week? No, a month. A month. Okay, let me guess. For a month, I think you will want to go back to Asia.
Yes.
I think you will want to go and see multiple countries.
Yes.
I think you will want to be, of course, we already said it, in the countryside. I think you will want to go to Japan.
Yes.
Have you been to Japan? No,
I have not.
I have not.
So expensive.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think you will want to discover Japan maybe in 1 month.
Absolutely.
Or would you want to go to multiple countries then?
I think I could probably do 2 in a month.
So Japan. So Japan and Korea, maybe?
Oh, yes.
But I think whatever country I would say, you would say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, yes. Absolutely.
I wish that for you. Okay, what is then your ideal getaway?
My ideal getaway, right. So I'm not much of a city girl anymore. I mean, I did spend 12 years in London.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I've done the whole city thing and and that's great. But also it's destinations like that in Europe you can visit when you're older, when you're less able to walk and hike, or when you have small children, or, you know, so those countries in Europe, I'm not in a rush to visit. I'm in a rush to go visit anywhere my legs can carry me at the moment. Yeah. So I want hiking, I want waterfalls, I want to get lost in the forest, I want to go see wildlife, I want to contribute to elephant sanctuaries and orphanages, and, you know, I want to be really immersed into the culture and the wildlife. I mean, the whole aspect of wildlife. I mean, when I think of exotic, that's what I think of.
Yes, same. The
I think
animals
of jungles,
that we
animals.
don't see here.
You know, and animals that are not in captivity.
Yes. Do not go to a zoo. Do not ride elephants. Do not ride camels.
Do not ride elephants.
Yeah, they say, I know. It breaks my heart.
It does break my heart. And just teach, you know, we should all teach kids to do better, because kids don't know. Kids are what we teach them. Exactly. So please don't take your children to the zoo. There's so much more that you can do, especially when you're abroad. There's so many activities that actually help endangered animals live better, longer lives. So yes, that would be my ideal. Anywhere that I can be in flip-flops, in a bikini, and I can explore the wonders of the world is where I would rather be on any given day.
Yeah, I can I say I want the same?
Well, I was going to say for you, you know, anywhere that's exotic with a coconut in your hand, you'll be happy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know,
I mean, I can see you in Mexico again.
Yeah, I want to explore Mexico as a country because I only went to Tulum and like Isla Hobox and Guadalajara. I mean, there's so much more to Mexico than just the places that we see on social media. So I want to do
Did I ever tell you I wanted to do like a girls' road trip through Mexico?
a girls' road trip.
Yeah.
Damn. How come?
Well, because I was like, how cool will it be? Like, you know, we have a car and then we just cross borders and then we just explore Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, we spend a month, you know, and we really just like, take it in, and we decide to stay here for a couple of days and, you know, and then we move. But I was told that it was not a safe choice.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm like, if I would ask him on this, he would be like, are you sure that's the greatest idea? Because even driving in general, regardless if you're a woman or man, you don't really want to do that.
Well, I work with a travel agency in Cyprus, and as soon as I told them, they were like, yeah, you're not doing that.
No.
So,
but we can do like a girls' road trip. I genuinely want to do it. A road trip overall, I want to do anywhere.
Absolutely.
Like even in Europe, I want
Italy road trip is going to be so lovely.
Yeah, man, I want to do that.
Yes.
But in my case, Ramon does not drive. He doesn't have a driver license yet. So I'm the one who has to do the driving. So I prefer to be like a group, you know?
Yeah. So everyone can do a bit of driving.
Yeah, man. Yeah, okay.
That would be fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. But actually in December, I'm organizing a group. I haven't announced anything yet.
But this episode is anyway going to be released in July. So maybe you have announced it?
Maybe I have announced it.
Okay, we'll see.
Hopefully by then.
You're the first one to know when you're listening to this podcast.
So yeah, I'm organizing this group trip to the Philippines.
Oh, exciting.
Yes. So we are talking exotic island hopping, waterfalls, jungles, you know, free wildlife.
Exactly.
Yes. Important. And I am super excited about that.
Wow. And how long are you going for, and how many people?
It's going to be about 2 weeks. And I don't think I would want to have any more than 15 people.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just like-minded individuals.
And where can they sign up for this?
Just through me, Tiadas Travel. I'm Tiadas Travel on all social media.
So they can send you DM, for example, from Instagram or or send you an email.
And the people who are subscribers and they have my email and they receive my newsletters about my articles and stuff, they can email me there. Yeah.
Wow, that's a chance that you do. You know, I want to go on this. I don't want to make false promises, but I hope that one day I will be able to join along you on your group sessions, because it's such a nice experience, man.
And we're like-minded, so I'm sure that we travel well together.
I think so too. We have not been on a trip together.
I don't know how we even managed that. We've been friends for so many years.
But in general, I have not really been on trips a lot with girl. I haven't been on girls' trip, first of all. Like, not many.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So okay, that's something to put on.
I think trips with friends are like so underrated.
Yeah.
You know, like Marinos and I went to Jordan together.
Yeah.
And I was there like on a press trip as a travel blogger, and I was blessed to be there to to take content, and I fell in love with Jordan. And the fact that I had one of my best friends with me who, he gets my humor and I get his, and we totally vibe with each other. It was such a memorable trip, and half of it was because of the company that I chose to have with me.
Yeah,
so I highly recommend you traveling with people that you genuinely travel well with.
That you match with also. Yeah. I mean, that you have the same interest, because if the other person just want to lie on the beach the whole day and you want to go and explore, it's going to crash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want someone, both. I want both. But I'm like that with so many things. Like, I want like the street food, but I also want like the expensive restaurant. I want to have varied experiences. Yeah.
That's nice. We need to add it up.
Yes.
And I think now it's the end of the episode. We could talk forever, girl. Yeah, we could.
We need to divide these podcasts. So one can be about, I don't know, female businesses and how to run your own business.
Exactly. Because there's only so much we can put in the episode, because you have so many parts of it.
I know.
Like, you have so many parts of yourself.
Sometimes I think I'm like bipolar. It's like, how do I even manage to do all these things?
It's motivation, girl.
But then another podcast definitely needs to be about dating.
Yeah, dating.
Being a single woman in Cyprus.
Yeah, being a single woman in your 30s.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes, and definitely all the girls, they need to contribute to this podcast, and they need to send us their experiences.
Yes.
And we can read some of them.
Send us a DM or email us on icelattegirls@gmail.com if you want to be anonymous.
But disclaimer, whatever experience you have, I can probably top it.
She can probably have way worse.
Yes, but give me your best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we end up, because we're ending the episode with like quote of the week and recommendation of the week. So
Okay.
do you have a quote that you live by, or quote that you like or identify? You can even be your own quote, something you said yourself that you're like, oh, I'm going to quote myself.
Imagine.
I do that.
Why not? Okay. I have a lot of quotes that I like, but one of my favorite ones is, not all those who wander are lost.
No, those who wander are lost.
But not wander with an O, wander with an A.
Okay. And what is the meaning behind it for you?
Meaning behind it is, I am one of these people that is constantly searching. And in my travels, I search for so many answers like within me half the times. And, just answers about civilizations and history and customs and what makes people tick and what, all these different things. And I'm so happy when I'm exploring it. I feel like I'm alive almost. And so many people think that, I'm lost because I keep searching for something. But the more you search, the more fascinating things you uncover.
Yeah, more.
And that's the beauty of traveling.
And you find yourself way more also when you travel. Yeah.
You meet yourself. And actually, the type of education that you will get from traveling, you will never get in school. Trust me.
Isn't there a quote that say, for those, life is a book, and those who have not traveled have only read one page.
One page, true. Yeah, exactly.
And the recommendation of the week, do you have anything you want to recommend? It could be something from a thing to something you did, or something you saw, or something you feel, something.
Yes.
Okay, give it.
I am recommending everyone to go learn how to scuba dive.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Scuba diving. I took my certification in the summer, so I'm licensed now.
Congrats.
Yes, I'm going to do my advanced open water this summer.
Nice.
And the experiences that you will have when you can scuba dive, and how much more varied and exciting your trips abroad are going to be when you're able to scuba dive is insane.
Wow.
Plus, I swam with a shark.
That's insane, girl.
Come on, girl.
It's so cool to be able to do it also.
25 meters deep, and there he is, just like swimming in front of me. Amazing. So yes, everyone learn how to scuba dive, and there are no sharks in Cyprus, so please don't panic. But you'll see some beautiful things. There's a lot of really nice things to see in Cyprus. Not just turtles and stuff, but also like wrecks. And the world underwater is beautiful, and it's mysterious, and it's calm. It's so calm, and it's almost like,
meditating.
Yeah, it's just 1 hour away from everything else.
Yeah.
And there's no sounds under there, and it's incredibly soothing, actually. So
it's a good recommendation.
Go learn how to scuba dive.
Yeah, exactly. Since it's summer now, when this episode is out, it's a good chance.
Yes.
So thank you, Galatia.
Thank you
so much for being here for an episode of Ice at the Girls. Rate us, give us a good review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and leave us a comment on YouTube for you who are watching. And follow Galatia on all her social, which is Tia Does Travel, and her website, tiadoestravel.com. And so thank you.
Thank you
for watching this thing. And thank you for being here, Galatia. Kisses.
Thank you. Bye.